Hello, welcome to my channel today. It's the King's Tutor. First time of joining us, ensure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Now, I want to see a question that relates to trading profit or loss account and balance sheet. Okay, the question reads thus: the following balances were extracted from the books of Dim Kanu as at 31st December 2020. We have capital 132,000 Ghana cedis, debtors 66,000 Ghana cedis, creditors 48,370, bank 99,870, sales 802,000, purchases 551,400, opening stock 56,000, motor vehicle 42,650 Ghana cedis, furniture and fitting 8,190, wages and salary 72,750 Ghana cedis, rent and rates 7,740, bad debt 1,350, discount allowed 13,080 Ghana cedis, discount received 11,600, drawings 57,300, return inward 21,000 Ghana cedis, return outward 24,000, carriage inward 7,000, general expenses 10,000, carried outward 3,550. And the additional information are the stock at 31st December 2020. Ghana cedis 42,000, wages and salary accrued was 2,700 cedis, rent and rates paid in advance 340, provision for depreciation on motor vehicle 10,000, and provision for doubtful debt is to be 5% on debtors. We're required to prepare a trading profit and loss account for the year ended 31st December 2020, and B, balance sheet as at that date. Okay, now we're going to start with the adjustment. The first one, and the first adjustment in the additional information here is just stock. We're just going to write it. Stock is 42,000. Okay, the next one, wages and salaries accrued. Now, once I say this accrued, it means it is owed. So we're going to write wages and salaries. Okay, so it will be amount paid, that is amount in the trial balance is 72,750. And since it is accrued, we are going to add it. Add accrued 2,700. So we have 0, we have 5, we have 14, that's 4, carry 1, we have 5, and we have 7. That's 5,450. Okay, so that's wages accrued. So this accrued is the one that will go to balance sheet, while this one will go to profit or loss account. And the next one, III, rent and rates paid in advance 340. So rent and rate is 7,740. So we're going to have here rent and rates. So how much was paid? Said amount paid at 7,740. 7,740. They'll say less advance 340. So 0 minus 0, 4 minus 4 is 0, 7 minus 3 is 4, and this is 7. That's 7,400. Okay, so this is the amount that will go to balance sheet, and this is the amount that will go to profit or loss. So that's the second one, the third one. Then the fourth one, provision for depreciation on motor vehicle 10,000. So provision for depreciation equals 10,000 Ghana cedis. Then fifth, provision for doubtful debt is to be 5% of debtors. So we now have provision for doubtful debt. So 5%, so 5 over 100 times. What's the debtor's figure? Debtor's figure here is 66,000. That's 66,000. Okay? So if we do that, so we now have 5%, it's 5 divided by 100 times 66,000. That's 3,300. New provision, 3,300. Now let's check if there was old provision for bad debt. Okay, there was no other provision for bad debt, so 3,300. So those are the adjustments. Now let's start posting in the normal trading profit and loss account. So the first thing that will come here is our opening stock. Gonna see this. Okay. So the first thing that will come here is our opening stock. So opening stock is here 56,000. 56,000. Now we have add purchases. What are purchases here? Purchases is 551,500. 551,500. So this will give us 500. This is 7. 5 plus 5 is 10. 0 carry 1. That's 607,500. Okay. Now the next one is add carriage inward. Is carried inwards. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 7,000. So if we do that, this will be 7 plus 7, 14. 4 carry 1. 614,500. Okay. So the next one is less return outward. Return outward. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That's 24,000. So this is 500. 4 minus 4 is 0. Then 61 minus 2 that's 59. That's 59,500. So we now have here as our sales. Okay. So the value of sales here 802,000. 802,000. Now if you less return inwards. Okay. Less return inwards will be 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Return inwards will be 21,000. Okay. 802,000 minus 21,000 is 781,000. 781,000. Okay. 781,000. So this is cost of goods available for sale. So if we now less closing stock is 42,000. So this is 500. Is 8, 4. That is 548,500. So 781,000 minus this will now be called cost of goods sold. So it will give us our gross profit carried down. So this is 781,000. So 781,000 minus this will give us our gross profit. So 781,000 minus 548,500. 232,500. 232,500. Okay. So when I write gross profit brought down to 232,500. Okay, now expenses will now appear at the side. So now we'll start here now. The expenses, wages and salaries. The first expenses. So right, wages and salaries. We did an adjustment. So 75,450. 75,450. I'll start again. Rent and rates. Rent and rates. We did an adjustment. 7,400. Bad debt. So I have bad debt. 1,350. Discount allowed. 13,080. Discount receive. Discount receive. 11,600. Okay. And the next one. Of recorded return inward, outward, carriage inward. So general expenses. General expenses. 10,000. Then carriage outward. 3,540. Now let's check here. We've recorded this. Rent and rate, we've recorded sum for provision for depreciation. So write provision for depreciation 10,000. Then provision for doubtful debts. Provision for doubtful debts 3,300. Okay, so those are the expenses. So we're going to add this now. First of all, let's add this 232,500 plus 11,600 equals 244,100. Okay, so from this now, if we add up, let's add up 75,450 plus 74 plus 1,350 plus 13,080 plus 10,000 plus 3,540 plus 10,000 plus 3,300. That's 124, 120 deducted from 244, 100. So the net profit will now be 247,400. So when we add everything, it is 244,100. Okay, so 247,400. So that is that. So the next one is our balance sheet. So we're going to start with capital. It's gonna see. So I'm going to start with capital, which is 132,000. Then we'll have add net profit. What's net profit? 247,400. Okay, 247,400 plus 132,000. That is 379,400. Okay, now if there's drawings, we'll check if there is drawings. So there's drawings. When I say less drawings here is 57,300. So 379,400 minus 57,300. That's 322,100. Okay, 322,100. So we'll now start with our current liabilities. So our current liabilities, we can now check. We have our creditors. Creditors here is 48,370. Or the next one for the creditors, for the liability, we'll check. Okay, let's put our right hand side. We'll have our fixed asset here. Then we'll have costs. We'll have depreciation and net book value. So the fixed asset we can see here, motor vehicle. Motor vehicle. 42,000. 650. And depreciation. Provision for depreciation of motor vehicle 10,000 is 10,000. So it will now be 32,650. The next one is furniture and fittings. The cost is 8,190. Let's check if there's depreciation. No depreciation. So it still gives us 8,190. So it's 0, 4, 4, 8, 5840 minus 10,000. So we have 0, 4, 8. That's 4840. So we now have a current asset here. Current asset. So our current asset will have debtors. The value for debtors is 66,000 less provision. Remember, do provision for doubtful debt. That's 3,300. So if we have 66,000 minus 3,300, that's 62,700. Okay. So I've recorded credit on our bank. Bank will be current asset, which is 99,870. 99,870. The next one, motor vehicle recorded furniture, wages and salary. Wages and salary will not come here. Rental rate will not come. Bad debt, discount allowed. All these will not come. Now let's come to the additional information. Stock, the current asset, stock. That is 42,000. 2,000 for stock. Now, wages and salaries accrued. That's accrued wages. Is the current liability. Accrued wages and salaries. 27. Rent and rate paid in advance. Prepaid expenses is the current asset. So it said prepaid rent and rates. 340. We've recorded this depreciation and doubtful debt we've recorded. Now let's now get our total. Now let's add this first. Let's add this first. 62,700 plus 99,870 plus 42,000 plus 340 is 20,204 910. 204 910. So add it to plus 40,840. Okay. So I noticed an issue. Here. What we got as that was not the net profit. Maybe a calculation error. Okay, so if you add this, subtract the expenses, this is the actual net profit as regards what we have written before. So if the net profit would be changed, so it affected this part. Okay, so it's still the same process. Okay, that's the net profit figure. So this plus 119,980 is net profit. You have this, and this minus this, you have this. Okay, now let's now add this. So this will now give us 40,840 plus 204 910. That is 245 750. So let's now do this. Okay, let me start from here so that you see it. 132,000 as a capital plus 119,980 as net profit equals 251,980. Now let's draw in minus 57,300 is 194,680. 194,680. So add it to this one plus 48,370 plus 27 and this will give us the same value, 245,750. Okay, so it shows that our solving is correct. So that's how to solve. Please ensure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much.